I just want, all right. But what I wanted to say was, do you know about Elizabeth Gilbert's new book, All the Way to the River?
I'm not sure. I'm not gonna
The big what?
big fan of hers.
Okay. Well, there's murder in there just to get out of the codependent snake coil they're in together. And it just reminded me that you were saved also, just like she was saved from that.
Because I wouldn't want my kids to have one of those in prison. That's the only.
Well,
thing
that's
not-
only if you get caught.
Well,
I mean,
I'm not like a
people-
murderer. I couldn't do it.
And I don't think
Is
it's
it-
about that.
Is it professional if you just
in
get
the
away
book.
with it once?
Yeah, that's true. That would be non-serial.
Edgar Allan Poe. What is that? That short story.
Telltale Heart.
Telltale Heart. Then I would just have to.
You'd be
that
haunted
makes
with
it
your
worse.
own conviction about it. Anyway, my point, I mean, it's in a book. I didn't read it yet, but I think it's to illustrate
The
our
level of
own.
codependence.
Yeah,
That you'd rather commit murder than just work your way
it's
out.
what makes it an addiction as opposed to just something that we need to keep an eye on. Anyway, all right. Thank you. Thanks for
And then,
getting the
and
intro.
Archie and then that one.
actually I think I left it unlocked.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's fine because they can steal our pomegranate.
Gotta look. I haven't early this week. Oh, I was thinking. I was like, there was something that happened yesterday. To make sure I have the
Oh,
details.
is this the record of your miracles?
Yeah, I was like,
I thought you were checking for meetings.
Yesterday. So I mentioned things have been happening in twos recently. I was walking across campus yesterday, and I stopped this man. I said, Tom, give me some, what's some good news lately? And
What's
he
some
like
good
he
news?
balked, and it's actually quite surprising how people fall apart when you say, hey, what's some good news? I don't know. It's the usual answer. But he said something about work, and I was like, Tom, that's your best answer. It was like about
Yeah.
the project is going well, and he says, oh well. I said, there's more than life than just work, and he says, well, I guess I'm going on vacation soon. I'm going to Hawaii. I said, that's good news. So I go back to my desk, and I had previously sent him like a bird photo, and I was like, let me send him my photos from Fiji. The moment I press send on these photos from Fiji, like I actually had this conversation in my mind as I was looking through the photos. I realized, man, you haven't shared any of these photos with Nadine. You haven't talked to Nadine in a while. I was thinking about Nadine. I sent these photos to Tom. Nadine texted me
What?
saying she just won a vacation to the Bahamas,
Oh.
which was just like a total. What the fuck is happening right now?
Yes. Well, I think you got a hit from Nadine's happiness.
Yeah,
Don't you think when we have bubbles of happiness, they beam out to people?
you're right. And to say when you said I got a hit, it was like literally I read it and felt. I told her this is like a small cup of coffee. The joy I feel just reading your news energizes me for the rest of my day.
And isn't it funny how we can instead make up like, I don't know. I don't know. If I were Nadine, I might be like, who do I want to share it with? Who would be the people who would be delighted really about this?
Yep.
Who would feel bothered? Oh, I don't want to bother. Like we get into bother. I'm like, just like, forget the bother. Like this is goodness. It's a gift. And how many other things besides what's good, right? It doesn't have to. I mean, hers is an especially like Ed McMahon giant check kind of moment, but there are lots of good things.
As these moments show up more and more, it becomes easier to believe that joy will show up even if I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Even when I can't sense it, I can't feel it, even when it seems very improbable or unrealistic, sometimes it still just shows up.
Mhm. So then are you able to hold that truth while you're fully in a project or work stuff?
I think
you know?
that's the skill. I think this is part of the importance of kind of our show is for me, the more I looked for tiny miracles, the more I found them. The more I found them, the easier it becomes to trust that they'll keep showing up.
Mhm.
When the first time I started having these magical experiences, and my wife saw it as well, and she confirmed like, oh shit, this isn't normal. In a way, I was fearful that it wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't happen again.
That it wouldn't happen
like
again.
It was just a fluke. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so initially it was like I have to write down every single one. I have to tell somebody every single one. Otherwise, I might forget it, and it may never happen.
That reminds me of your original to me. Let's talk. You were like, if I don't get on there and say it, I might fall apart.
Yeah.
Say the thing at that time, what you needed to say, which it's evolved.
Yeah.
So there's something for you I'm making up that is if someone else observes, or if I need someone else to hear this, to receive it, and then it's more real. Is that right?
If somebody else seeing it and not laughing it away
Yes.
means it's a way of like, okay, you're not dreaming. you didn't make that up. And that's the hard part. I tell people like religion is a set of rules. Spirituality is an experience.
Mhm.
And my spiritual experiences don't align with anything else in my previous 34 years of life. And it's a decision. Like, do I want to continue believing what I used to believe, or do I want to respond to reality as I see it right now?
Mhm. Yeah. So this whole idea of real, not real.
Is right. Like before it was, if my eyes were open, I knew very firmly I'm awake, and this is real. But then spirituality starts showing up, and it's like, I thought I was awake. I thought I was awake, but that experience I had with my son, where I felt his emotions, that felt like a dream.
Yeah. And this is, I think, redefining what's real.
Yeah.
And letting that sit. I mean, my observation over the years we've been talking about it is from that time where you're needing to tell me or Sydney or whoever is on your gift list to hear your miracles at that time. It's not with the same urgency or incredulity. Yeah. Incredulity. You're more just reporting.
It was from a space of fear before. Fear put me back into my mind. My mind is the only place where time exists. And in that space, like it felt urgent, because if I don't do it now, it might not be real. If I don't do it now, it might disappear.
Do what?
If I don't tell somebody the story, if I don't share this, like I might forget, and if I forget, then will it be a dream?
So maybe even you're saying something like it was real, but it expired.
Yeah.
It's like the atoms started leaving.
Whereas now it coming from a space of joy means I don't feel rushed. I don't have to think about it quite as much. I don't question it as much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't hear you. I mean, are you still recording, writing? I mean, it's good. It's good to do it, but I would love for you to do it from freedom.
Yeah. Now, if I record, it's in the form of sending it, send it as a story to somebody else.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's a gift, but you're not needing it to be validated in your own spirit.
correct.
Yeah. And that's, I think I would say, our dream for this show,
Yeah.
right? That if we say it enough, not only are we deepening our own, I would just call it faith
Mhm.
or certainty, or gritting what's real and true for all, well, let's say for me, you for you, but really it's even more exciting when we know that this is how the universe works all the time for everybody, because that can make a huge difference.
Yeah.
For everyone. What is the difference? Let's say, what's the difference you hope it makes for
Other people.
other people? I'm just going to say, for even who we are starting with right now, is the people in your life at Apple.
So I one of my I believe in I love affirmations. I pay it. I think in affirmations. And one of my favorite is I have the words "always better" on my right forearm.
Oh yeah.
And this is a way of like, it's self branding. I hate the idea of being a hypocrite.
Yes.
And so, for me to stop believing that things could be better, that would make me a hypocrite. And ultimately, I want more people. I want more people to have that same commitment, like to be committed to believing in better, to feel that it's okay and that it's safe to believe that anything could be better, and to not, like, when we first started talking and I would mention my future goals, I would giggle.
Yes. Only the really good ones. That's how I knew it was a real one.
I would giggle the moment I started talking about what I really wanted to accomplish. And I want more people to be able to speak to their dreams, to speak better into existence without giggling after it. Like I want them to feel confident that the reality they envision is possible, even if they have no idea how to make it so.
Because I mean, I'm not against a little giggle with that, too, right? But as much as the giggle, because to me, the giggle, I mean, as the observer of your giggle, I was like, that thing, let's put that in a bottle.
I noticed for myself though, like I couldn't take a step forward until I was comfortable enough to say it without the laughing.
Yes, there was something about, oh, this is the image I have, nervous system aligning with your internal truth.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is not funny. It's not a joke. But I don't know. The giggle of like sparkle of, wow, that would be so fantastic. Like that to me is like, I want more of that.
I now think about that giggle as like a measure of fear.
Yeah.
Something I've said, I've been sometimes like to rephrase old ideas, realizing that new phrases also come with new awareness. I've long said that confidence or fear is the outer boundary of your confidence. A different way of explaining that thought is like fear is the perimeter of your comfort zone. And the more fear you have, the smaller your comfort zone gets. And like for me, it's realizing if I can't say something without giggling, that's just a sign. Like that giggle is likely a sign that I might have too much fear within me.
Yeah, and it's fine, but it means you're right at that boundary, which that's why to me I'm like, let's go there.
Get that foot out the boundary.
And I'm partly, not like fear is great, or like, and I just like to say this side of it, that we're not pushing boundaries just to push boundaries or just to be like, yeah, I did it. But it's because I believe that giggle meant that fear boundary thing was authentic Evan internal dream.
Yeah.
Not someone else's like prove it Evan thing. it's like, no, I want that. I would love to be that person.
Yeah.
And I'm just pictured you surfing.
I was thinking about surfing as you mentioned it.
Right?
It's,
right?
I've been surprised at how quickly surfing has become important. For one, it's amazing how I've done this activity all of 7 times.
Ooh, nice.
Right, like total. I've been on a surfboard a total of 7 times.
No, but you did tell me you got up on a wave like first time, which
Yes,
is, of
Sunday,
course you did.
This past Sunday was my first time riding doing the whole thing with no assistance. Like I actually rode 2 waves on Sunday. That was awesome.
Wow.
But what's crazy is, you're told it takes 31 days to form a new habit and blah 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 blah. I've been doing this. I've owned a surfboard for less than a month, but like it's completely changed how I think about everything in Santa Cruz.
Interesting. Everything in Santa Cruz, meaning like the community, the people, the city.
I used to be very.
This bird. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
I used to be daunted by how few Black people there are in Santa Cruz.
Yes.
And I used to strongly feel like I need to move to Oakland. I want to go somewhere else. But the moment I started surfing, like the dude across the street, I've lived across from him for 2 years. We've talked more in the last month about surfing than we have the previous 2 years. And now before it was like I'm surrounded by people who don't look or sound like me. Mm-hmm. Now it's like I'm surrounded by people who can do something I deeply want to do.
And how perfect that Santa Cruz is a magnet for surfers. So now you're like, so then I just pictured like, let's tell this story different. Evan, from Evan's point of view, Evan was like, I think I'll start surfing. From the universe's point of view, the universe is like, what do we need to give Evan to be like a key to connecting with kind of everybody? A new key.
Yeah, it's like,
or maybe just that guy.
Or for me, it's like, Evan, the universe said, "Hey, bro, you can be comfortable anywhere. You can learn to be comfortable anywhere. You can learn to belong anywhere."
Yes.
And like getting over my fear of the ocean and learning how to surf, now it opens the door for me to be curious about people that I previously couldn't allow myself to be curious about.
Yeah. I think related and not exactly. I believe that, so in my quest to no longer feel othered in spaces, because yeah, I also instinctively go places and count other Chinese people, right? And it's different right now. And also some places, a lot of places, I'm the only. So how do I not self-other?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if I self-other, then I'm already like, nope.
Yep.
And then I'm even more ready to be like, see, I knew it. So first of all, I have to feel like I am whole and complete and enough.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody thinks. So I'm just thinking of this idea that I have, the way I'm framing it, I need to belong to myself first, and then I can belong anywhere.
This is what spirituality does for me.
Yeah.
Is it makes it easier to believe I am enough when you realize, when you see like, the universe is feeding me. the universe is very clearly, the universe believes in my dreams, that it believes in these crazy ideas that I have. Well, if it's good enough for God.
Yes, I am worthy. It's kind of underneath these things, and people, I think,
tiny miracles are proof that I'm worthy.
I'm worthy, exactly. That phrase, okay, me, myself. I'm like, that sounds so basic, cheesy. Am I still questioning that? Yeah, actually, it's under every bit of ouch.
Yeah.
Essentially, otherness. I don't belong, or I can't believe that guy did that to me, or actually, it's usually a woman that I'm like, that kind of stuff.
Surfing has changed my relationship with fear in a way that I'm not even sure of yet.
Mhm.
I went out to a spot I'd never surfed at, and when I tell this story to other surfers, they're like, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't have gone there."
Oh, nice.
I,
And you live to tell.
I live to tell. I won't say barely.
No, no, Power Rangers. You are not barely here.
Like, I took the surfboard to the water, and like my toes, just before my toes hit the water, I realized like I am actually completely terrified. Like I am, no part of me.
That means you saw this is going to be intense.
Yes,
you saw the future.
Right? I thought like the water, these waves are bigger than I have never gotten in more crazy water.
Yeah.
Was absolutely terrified, but like I realized I remembered how many times I've told other people to walk towards fear, and I was like, bro, you literally cannot turn back right now. So I paddled out, was exhausted. An hour and a half ish later, had a moment where I'd gone for a wave, didn't get it. I guess I'm still learning surf terminology. Inside is the area where all the waves are happening, and outside is where you can sit just before the waves start to form.
So you can get ready.
Yeah,
to get into it.
I was stuck on the inside, and I realized I don't know if I have the strength and endurance to paddle back outside, away from shore. But shore is twice as far as outside is, and I'm not sure I can make it to shore. And so I start paddling towards shore anyway. I'm like halfway there, and I realize my right arm is just moral support at this time.
It's like mushy spaghetti.
I'm trying my best to paddle, but I'm not sure anything is working. Like literally just had to black out and make it to shore. And then, like,
so less embodied, maybe. No, I don't know. I don't know what to make of these things. But
full on, like I had to talk myself out of Evan, don't panic. Like it's okay. Being on the other side of that, like the joy I feel every time I realize I survived that fear is crazy. But it also I've noticed myself feeling much less daunted by fear, by emails. Like shit where like, ooh, this email might be the email that uncovers that I didn't do my job.
Right.
And so
that's
usually
how I feel about IRS letters.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, yeah. And sometimes it's just like, did you change your address? I'm like,
yeah. Well, now I'm like, when the IRS letter shows up, the fear is there, but it's so much easier to be like, let's still open it. This is not a wave.
Not a big deal. Yes. Yeah.
This ain't gonna be the wave that drowned you. Like,
and that's so powerful to just walk through. On the way over here, I was on a conversation with Malachi Gillihan is a trauma specialist, and I had said, I'm noticing that a lot of my clients are reporting ADHD, and how do I hold that specifically when I'm saying marketing and sales? It's consistent, systematic action taking of reaching out from love and intention, but it is like do the thing. And he was talking about how his really best answer was calm nervous system and whatever therapeutic kind of work you need to do to say, you don't have to do this perfect.
Yeah.
You don't have to, and speaking to whatever thing that happened or person that installed that voice, classically something in childhood or in our experience that made us feel like it's not safe to be alive right now unless you are something that isn't even attainable or real, right? So I'm just bringing that in because I feel like that is relating to fear. And then that task is no big deal.
It's one thing to say the words, I know perfection is impossible.
Yeah.
but it's a whole nother thing to have like permission to actually live that truth. And what I mean by that is before spirituality, like it was just the moment something wasn't perfect, it either meant I was fundamentally broken or the situation was fundamentally broken, and the problem had to be fixed. Whereas now I recognize the problem appearing today might help me notice the growth that shows up tomorrow, or the problem what I view as a problem today might actually come to be my most valuable lesson ever tomorrow.
Say what's a problem that you're thinking about?
When I think about, I think about George Floyd, for example.
Mm.
In the moment when it happened, his story was the worst thing to ever happen to me.
Yes.
Whereas now I recognize without that moment, I would have so much less joy in my life, just because I would still be thinking in my previous anti-religious, anti-spiritual, magic doesn't exist, I'm just going to die and it's going to go black type way.
It's just a rough world.
Yeah.
And I'm here to survive it.
Yeah.
And fuck anybody who comes at me. That kind of defended existence.
Whereas now it's like, Evan, there are larger things happening that you're just unaware of. And every time I find a tiny miracle, it's just proof. Like, listen, somebody bigger than you has you. Somebody who's way better at planning and with way more ability than you do, like something else more than just your mind is out here helping you. And in such a world, it's always like, if it's not perfect, fine, because I trust it'll still be, the story itself will still turn out to be perfect somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I mean, I can't help asking. I'm so glad this happened for you. And I'm picturing, I mean, this is my profession, is to anticipate worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
Where people are like, well, easy for you to say, Apple engineer, in quite a bit of physical safety, financial safety. What would you say to someone, even just because we were in George Floyd, right? Like, many people are that just made me more pissed, more defended, more validated to my self-othering, protective stance.
It's a matter of time for everybody. It's different for everybody, but I have yet to find a person who really starts looking for tiny miracles who can't find one. It's amazing how many times I'll mention to somebody, like, I believe in miracles. I believe in like real life magic, Harry Potter without a wand type shit. I'll tell them that, and then I'll tell them some crazy
stuff. You are saying that out loud right now?
I tell people that.
Okay, in a million years, when we first talked, you would never have said that. But I love that you can be all the way out.
Now I'll tell this to people, and initially they'll be like, "Oh, this is crazy, that doesn't happen." But then 2 seconds later, they're telling me their own tiny miracle story.
That's right. That's right. You're right. That is the way. And if I could like dissect it a little bit, and I've gotten to meet just a couple of people that you've been having these conversations with, it might be that those could be people that are like, fuck that. That is not my reality.
Yeah.
As far as me being a Black man moving about in the world. And they are like, nope, I've seen the miracles too.
You mean you could not have been more anti-religious than I used to be. Like, the only thing left, I would have had to go out and like, start protesting against religion on the sidewalk. Right? Like, that was it. Yeah. And so for me to be able to speak in this way, is that, like, that's proof of growth to myself, and that just also becomes another thing that I can take deep pride in. had this thought earlier. Anger is just the energy of joy, like in disguise, and
Like the moment before
it's
get to joy.
it's almost like anger is like joy upside down.
Oh.
And I realized like taking pride in being someone who doesn't exhibit angry behavior. I think everybody has anger, the emotion, but not everybody exhibits angry behavior. And I deeply want to be a person who does not exhibit angry behavior.
And why is that?
Because it's that doesn't align with the peaceful, loving person that I view myself as. And angry behavior is like being hurtful or being spiteful for the sake of hurting. And I know that said, there are times where being an asshole is ultimately the right thing to do. And I think that's different than exhibiting angry behavior because I didn't have the patience for it.
I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do. We would call it asshole. It could also
Right.
just be appropriate to someone.
But like it was, I realized like if not being an angry person is who I want to be, then I can take pride in the moments where I realize anger and don't respond to it.
Oh yeah, completely.
And so it's like now every time I notice, oh shoot, there's anger, I'm gonna make the decision not to respond to it. Immediately I'm filled with a sense of joy from the act of I am being who I want to be.
That's exactly that's the reason you were more connected to your identity statement of I am this type of person. And I picture it almost like I'm proud of myself for my own integrity.
Yeah.
I didn't get like hijacked into, and in a way it's like
I didn't get hijacked into being somebody that I don't want to be.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so that feels like, in some ways, here's how to be in the world.
Yeah.
Here's the way I do it.
It's safer to be in the world when you trust that there's something filling the gaps between your understanding. It's safer to just be in the world when you know, no matter where I go, there's something looking out for me.
And gap of understanding means I don't understand why this person is doing this. It's making me pissed, and I don't have to take him down. Myself. I can just stay in my peace, or like my peace bubble. And just go, I don't understand. But not be, taken on a ride. All right, how does that make a difference for getting what you want?
It makes it easier to say out loud what you want. Sometimes, I can't always justify why I want something or why something excites me. And I used to exist in a mental space where if I couldn't explain why it made sense, then that meant you probably shouldn't do it, or it wasn't good enough. Whereas now, like, if it gives me joy, that's good enough.
Well, that goes back to me. That goes back to I belong to myself. And I want it because I want it. Ooh, that is my, like, if I had the Evan, I would giggle. Like, that's the edge of my, like, I want that to be true, but it still feels like for now.
You can't fully commit to your dreams unless you can say I want it because I want it. Because if you can't say that, then part of you is always trying to justify or explain.
Be worthy of. Yeah. Prove worthy. Do this fucked up dance nobody needs me to do. And people are like, what's she doing over there? Why didn't she just ask for what she wants? I don't know.
The kind of progression for me is I started noticing the universe, and it was like, oh, well, it showed up for me there. Maybe it'll show up for me here. maybe it'll show up for me if I try this. And it just became easier and easier to put myself in positions just because I wanted to be there. Just because it started in George Floyd, and so in that place it was like, I'm gonna do this just because it gives me joy. And the universe showed up and supported it and said it was okay and said thank you. Oh snap! I'll try that again.
Yeah, and you did it over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept, and it's hard not to, like when you see magic once, it's hard not to want to see it again. It's hard not to ask the question, what else could it do?
Right. Can I give you my real world like yee thing the way it looks right now? I am developing this event space that I'm calling Real Life Oakland Experience Center, or just experience, but whatever. The idea is that, if something is hosted there, it's going to be this kind of conversation.
Yep.
That's going to be like, whoa, like help me think different so I can be different the way that we want to in this grounded, centered, bringer of light, really, being, and make a difference into the places we are in public, like work, family, all the places where someone's like, really? Still?
Yeah.
Like, right? Challenging us, and of course, adding to us. This has been a total financial stretch for me to buy this property, but it is the fulfillment of a dream. And I feel all kinds of not worthy to ask people to help me fund it because I am not penniless out of money, but you could say I have spent to an inch of my comfort. Do you know what I mean? Like if I had this, I'm like, I could, right? Like that kind of feeling. I'm explaining all this because this is what worthy looks like, right? So am I allowed to ask when I'm not literally like on the ground with no resource or like in the negative? A lot of people have these stories of I was literally penniless and then the miracle came through, right? I personally don't want that. And I also have some kind of pride ego that says, no, you don't get that miracle yet. You're still standing.
Yep. I'm smiling because I just thought of a tiny miracle I forgot from yesterday.
Please, yes. This is why I said, this is the medicine I am looking for. Me and Sydney, we didn't have a disagreement yesterday, but the air was a little bit tense. I got home with work on my mind too much. And when I'm thinking about work too much, me and Hendrix are like, Hendrix being my 5-year-old, we're like oil and water. And it was just very clear. It's like, come back, daddy.
Yeah, right.
Come here. Me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just very clear, like I needed to be out of the house and just in a separate space from Hendrix, or like dinner was going to be ruined, the bedtime was going to be ruined. And so I told Sydney, who was cooking dinner, I was like, Sydney, I just need to go be outside for a little bit. And I step outside in time to see the neighbor across the street.
Your new buddy.
My new buddy, like in a crazy way. I see him getting out of his truck and stepping into his house with a longboard in hand. I had gone outside specifically to longboard. So I have my longboard in hand. I walk out. I see Dooney with his longboard in hand. I didn't know he longboarded. So, oh, Dooney. Start a conversation about longboarding. He goes, oh, you really got the itch for boards now, don't you? As I talked to him about surfing and told him that I want to learn to longboard to be better at surfing. And he's like, oh, I got something for you. He goes inside. Yesterday during lunch, I was thinking about surfing, and I have this balance trainer that I paid like $80 for, and I was looking. I was like, should I buy another balance trainer? Should I spend another $150 on this balance trainer that like has different features and blah 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 blah? I don't think I want to invest this much money in surfing right now. Don't think about it. Don't talk to anybody about it. Dooney comes out
Bing.
holding the effing board in his hand, and it's like, hey, this is just collecting dust in my place. Like, try it out for a few weeks and see how you like it. I was in disbelief, like, Dooney. I priced this morning, and for me, that story comes to mind because, like, the more I trust the universe to deliver, like, the easier it is to say, I might not have as much like USD as I would like to have, but the universe still feels. Universe like, you don't need money. Here it is.
And you just said, yeah, not as much as you want, but you're not penniless. You could have bought, right? You couldn't even really tell me you couldn't afford.
Yeah, I'm not.
that
I'm
board.
not operating in a space of fear or I can't. Instead, I just trust. Like, if I want it enough, and I believe in it enough without acting fearfully.
This is back to desire. I'm worthy plus nervous system.
Yeah.
I can get behind this. My spirit can get behind this. And that's where I'm working on it. I need a balance trainer for that, right? Of like, I don't have to demonstrate worthy, be penniless, to say, would you like to participate in this project? I'm raising $30,000 for kitchen, doors, and a second bathroom because that is going to serve the people and the experiences that much more. It's going to make it easier to go in and out to the deck because these things don't work anymore.
Yeah.
We need more toilets per butt. We need a kitchen that makes it easy to provide hospitality and lunches and things that feel like your body is important and your nourishment is our joy. Yeah, they feel like vanity to me, honestly, right? Because I'm like, yeah, I mean, this store works. This thing, it kind of works.
Yeah.
It's 100 years old, and there's like a big dumb cut in it from someone's dumbassery in the past. But it's okay. We can.
Everything we know in reality started as belief in somebody's head.
Yes.
And my thought is, the more you speak your dreams into existence with real knowing and without fear, the more you can do that, the sooner your dreams come true.
What I know is I can, so I'm an architect. I visualized it. I planned it out. I can make a cabinet plan. There's no non-visual, like I get, like, I'm like, oh, it would be gorgeous. Of course I want that. Actually, I want everything. I mean, I want don't get me started.
Yeah.
It's like 30 is just what I could get my nervous system aligned to be like, I mean, this makes sense, doesn't it? But there's solar roof, there's a workout wellness center in the bottom with this equipment and this. Anyway, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And I know this is goodness for others. But what I hear is, I mean, it's your place. Like, why would I pay for your things? You're going to build a whole business on this. Like, you're a business coach. Why aren't you just making the USD to not ask me for help?
Yeah. When we first met, I had it had been in my mind already. Like, am I supposed to be a person that teaches other people about spirituality? And
that was the giggle.
Yeah, that was the giggle.
That was where you would go. I was like, I don't know what you're giggling about.
That was the giggle. But then earlier this year, I went to an event unexpectedly. It was inside Apple Park, and they had brought in a bunch of past Olympians, professional athletes, and influencers, and they did this big relay race, and it was the most athletic event I think I might have ever been to. And I show up and I'm like, I've never seen this many athletes in my entire time at Apple. Like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know what the event was. It was a fitness plus promotion. And so the guy standing to my right seemed like he was official and knew what was going on. So I just asked, "Hey, who are all these people? They're not all Apple employees, are they?" He explains the event. Uh, he asks, "So what do you do here?" And I tell him, and I kind of have this sense of knowing that I'm supposed to talk to this man, and I didn't understand why. I had done in 2021, I think it was, before we launched Apple Fitness Plus. I did an anti-racism workshop with all of the trainers and kind of faculty from the Fitness Plus org. This man was part of that event, and he didn't.
So he's like, ding, back connected.
He didn't recognize my face initially, but afterwards he was like, "Oh my gosh, have you been to the studio?" No,
wow.
you got to come down. You have to come to the studio.
That's how you got in there. Because when you told me, I was like, "What is happening?"
That's how we got in there. We went, had an amazing time. The VP of the org was with us then for the full 2 hours, which is just mind blowing.
It's an investment, and we found out that he has a vision and a heart.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Afterwards, they had asked if I could stay to meet with some folks from, like, they have a task force that focuses on inclusion and belonging. They asked if I could stay to meet with some people from that group. I said, of course. They set up this meeting just to tell me that now they do 13 events per year that are based around my one event.
Principles of belonging.
Yeah, where they take on and they talk about tough conversations.
Yes.
Tough.
And this is internal team, not outward. Okay.
Internal.
Amazing.
But it was just like, it was mind blowing to just to hear that something I had done was impacting people on a consistent.
And that's what is this why you're telling me? Because that's the type of conversation I dream of, being in that room where we're not just selling shit. We are dreaming of new worlds.
If you had told me that I was gonna fly to LA, and
you said it to me in a text so casual, and I was like,
but like, if you told me that story in 2021, I'd have said, "Shut up."
For real.
Said, ain't no way.
I mean, no pressure, but I cannot help but dream. If this, then blah 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 blah, right? Like, because guess what? I can do that for you more than I can do it for me. But if it was me, I'd be like, right? But yeah, I am really talented at seeing it for you. Of course, belonging is fitness. Our bodies, self-care. We are worthy.
Yeah.
And then that goes, right? That's the thing of everything we're talking about. If I belong here, then I'm free to contribute my best.
Yeah.
And not be resentful or mad because I couldn't tell you something. In fact, none of that is true, right?
I find myself thinking of my kids, of how, like, being the best father possible for them sounds like the most impossible thing ever. Truly believing I could be the right father for them in this day and time.
Well, there was the George Floyd moment where you were like, "This is impossible."
Yeah, it's daunting and terrifying.
Yes.
And the more it just goes back, the more I notice I notice tiny miracles, the more I believe I'm worthy, the more I believe in myself as a parent.
And I just went back to what you said earlier about your identity statement of, I am a peaceful, I forget the word you said, right? But
I'm a peaceful person.
I'm a peaceful person. I want good in the world. And guess what? That makes you the best parent, right? Like,
Yeah.
that is really, you can say whatever you want, but being that person is all any of us needed in a father. Some of us got it more than others. And every moment is a chance to, go again and give each other what we didn't get.
I think I like to challenge myself to share my fears.
Mm-hmm.
I I've agreed to fly to Arkansas in December. It'll be the first time all of my father's children have been in the same space.
It's a family thing.
Yes,
I
and
thought you were going to tell me a professional thing. Amazing.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So now you're like, professional. I got it.
I'm
The
terrified.
new land is this. Yeah.
It's, you know, I deeply want to know myself as somebody, as a peaceful, loving person that's capable of forgiveness.
A loving person.
But it's like, I currently struggle to imagine myself in that scenario. Or rephrase, it's very easy to imagine myself not being a peaceful, loving person in this scenario that's coming up on December 13th.
Woo! I love it. But what I also picture is that is going to be I'm going to step into that surf because I believe I'm that type of person.
Yeah, that wave looks crazy and terrifying, but I know I can ride it.
Because I want the joy of facing that challenge. Because I want to find out I'm that person. And I don't know how you feel about what if you do exhibit that not ideal person, right? Or the person that it would be very reasonable.
Yeah.
That past Evan looked like this and there's still that happening.
It's hard to believe I can even tell you anything related to this situation. Because right, like a year ago, it would have been possible to get me to agree to this. Barely, but even if I had, I honestly wouldn't have told anybody. I would have actually considered lying to my wife.
Yeah.
Right. It would have been.
Like, we're not doing this, or
no, it'd have been like,
I'll be right back.
I'll be right. Right.
Moonwalk your way out of here.
Because before, like, it was even I struggled to say the word dad in any facet before.
Wow. So this is so big.
I used to like, if I couldn't figure out how to tell a story without saying my dad, right. I just wouldn't tell the story.
Right. Yeah. It had a Beetlejuice quality to it.
So like in my head, even speaking on this while there's a camera looking at me is like, this is proof to myself.
This is because someone might hear this. Even ourselves might hear this.
Yeah.
But someone beyond. I'm excited. That's only 6 weeks.
Yeah. This is another gift of spirituality is now I can say things like, I'm terrified with a smile on my face.
Well, it's a little bit that giggle, and I'm for it. It's great. It's the course you're enrolled in right now. Life course is gonna dance with this fear and get myself ready. I'm picturing, because I think you talked about the fitness and the athletes and the course also, like, you're gonna get some reps in maybe, and maybe everything that universe brings before you now is gonna be getting you ready for that, right?
Here's another tiny miracle. I realized my knees have not been more healthy. Now they haven't been more healthy since I was in high school. And the kind of bit of a tiny miracle is that I had knee surgery, I think in 2020 or 2021. And I was perfectly content with my knee being recovered as it was. But trying to get into surf training has
really.
Oh my God. My knees are so much stronger now.
Wow. It's better than PT. All those PT, because I had knee surgery as a child in high school. So they were like, do these exercises. I was like, okay. No. I cannot differentiate between with surgery and no surgery knees. Wow.
No more.
My body is so grateful right now.
I feel that, like, this decision to stop acting on fear and instead start pursuing desire. Ultimately, that's what kind of surfing represents to me.
Yes.
It was like I've always wanted to surf, but was just too afraid of it. And now I'm realizing just diminishing that fear is impacting how I think about the city that I live in, how I connect with people, but it's also healing my body in ways that I didn't expect to happen.
No, it is not. This is like anti-zero sum
Yeah.
exercise. So your surfing is my fundraising and talking about this vision.
They're both
I
terrifying.
believe in it, and I think, why would other people believe in it? And here's where I am now. Oh, I better say it just right. I better say it in a compelling way. I do believe, like I said it to you, and you already know me, and I just said this type of conversation, right? So, but I'm like, are there people enough? And maybe that's it. Also, this conversation, this whole project, we want more people to believe this is the world, right? This is how the world works. And so I'm also bringing that into like, are there people that believe in this is exactly the conversation that needs to be had all day, all the time? I started to say, even for myself, do I take any appointments on my calendar that are not of this kind of caliber of topic, importance of topic? Because if you're not on this in whatever lens you come from, I don't care. It doesn't have to look like mine. But if you don't, if you're like, I'm like, I don't know if I want to sit down with you. I just don't know. Of course, maybe there's a place where we do.
Yeah.
And then there's more of the world that's like, oh.
You know, my experience has been somewhat the opposite. It was like I shouldn't talk about spirituality. I'm gonna seem crazy. And then 5 minutes later realizing, oh no, I can't help myself. I have to tell them this story.
Well, that's yes. And that's, I mean, that is the miracle, really, in a different way.
Yeah.
Is the miracle is you found out you can talk about this. And that's why we're meeting on Apple campus. And let's just get right to why you're wearing a costume today. In case someone sees this later. Oh shit. My battery's running low. In case someone sees this later and is like, wow, is that guy always wearing a costume?
Absolutely
Does he
not.
actually think he's a Power Ranger? And have you clocked that people are like
Oh, I love it.
enjoying / it's notable to people. I don't know what they're making up. But.
Is another like the current lesson that I'm learning right now, like the universe is just showing me over and over the benefit of stepping towards fear, or more so like not allowing fear to deter me from where I know I need to be going.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, you know, it's like people will ridicule me, but I've noticed several families. You just sitting here like people looking over and like.
Oh,
smiling.
good. I wondered if you could see it because I can just catch it in this direction. I don't know how many minutes we have left, but I wanted you to feel like you could complete the thought.
That's all.
On the recording. Yeah. No, well, it is obviously a delight to many people, but just for the record, it is the day before Halloween.
Yep.
And 2025. And you are the only costume I have observed so far.
You know,
and I love that. I love that. But, you know, we're in Muggle Land. We're in the visitor center. So your colleagues are everywhere.
There was a whole Halloween party in my section. So I'm going to go back and see some costumes. There's a friend there. Her face is painted.
Yeah. Oh, got it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. More joy. More authentic. I mean, is this a costume or is this the real you?
You know,
right? It's the flip.
My face moves more now than last time. I think in the previous episode we recorded, Asad Delai gave us the book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself.
Yeah.
And I have been a self-talk that I've been practicing is my body allows me to know what it. My body allows my mind to know what my body knows. My body shares its knowledge with me freely. I'm connected with my body. I'm fully connected with myself. I can feel all of my emotions, and I can process them in the moment. And the more I practice and like really trust that the universe speaks to me in ways that I can understand, the more direct it seems these conversations have become.
Also, just reps.
Yeah.
This is our 4th time, I think, setting up and trying different things, and I never set up so easy either.
Yeah.
I was like, every time something is less in the way. Thank you, robots, Wi-Fi,
Universe.
airplane, no airplane today, no trash truck going by. It was good. I want to make up what's next. Next week, bring people,
Yeah.
topics, placements. What do you think about fitness center? Is that an
We can't-
adjacency?
We can't get in the fitness center.
That doesn't have this public-private
Nah.
overlay.
It's
Okay.
super. It's actually so beautiful. You're like, can I sweat here?
Is there a person
Is it
like
okay to-
behind you wiping up
You expect it to
every
be.
little
You never see them, but
perspiration?
you
Yeah.
expect them to be just because how nice the facility is. But
Okay, because I saw that on the campus map. I'm like, there are other things outside the ring of secrecy.
it's technically still inside the ring, but it is awesome. But
Okay, you had talked about some other campus, maybe.
Alves is another place we could go, but we wouldn't be able to have a camera there.
So this is fine. This is fine.
A good friend of mine, who Susie, I've actually talked to you about Susie quite a bit before. She lives in Santa Cruz. She took some time off from work, so she's not in the office, but she's absolutely a person we should have a conversation with.
Great. Wait, does that mean it has to happen in Santa Cruz?
I'm not sure.
Okay, or we put her
If you do come to Santa
schedule
Cruz,
for
like
another
I'll cook. We'll just
tacos.
make a meal out of it.
Magical
I'll cook and make
tacos?
it worth your time. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no problem. Did you know that I have a couple of people in Santa Cruz?
Come on down.
I mean, when that was cooking, I was like, you and I had not been in this kind of close communication too. I was like, Santa Cruz, sure. And talk of collaboration, all that kind of stuff. But both of them deeply down
Yeah.
for this kind of conversation and have their own story of transformation.
We should. There's 2 people we should talk to. One can come here and we can make that happen. Scott he's my Apple mentor, who I actually learned to talk about spirituality through him. It's pretty early in my spiritual journey. I was literally our second conversation ever. I started saying, Scott, I don't know why I have to tell you this story, but I have to tell you this tiny miracle story. And now every single one of our conversations since for the past several years is pretty much like I just rant about tiny miracle shit.
And he's down for it.
Yeah.
And does he give you back tiny miracle stories too? Is it an exchange?
Minimally. Usually he just sits and listens, and he says thank you, and we split ways. But like, it was talking to him that I learned to talk to it with other people. And so every time when we first started meeting, it was clear like he was a mentor, I was a mentee, and then now every call he's like, my brother, I'll never be able to tell you how much these calls mean to me.
I can picture. I mean, that's how I felt with Asadullah and the other gentleman that was here.
Oh,
Is it Justin?
Julian.
Yeah, I felt mentored already by that. I was like wanting to take notes, but trying to be present.
Yeah, we should have a conversation with Scott about
Scott would be great.
About how our dynamic and the impact on him.
What's his position?
He manages supplier diversity.
Awesome.
Um,
Because I'd like to know from, different leadership standpoints, if this is true, what's possible
mhm.
in your org or sphere? How would it help you see things differently?
Yeah.
The world you have influence on. That's what I'm about here is
What more?
healing corporate spaces.
Yeah.
Culture.
I have some execs in mind that I'll start seeing how I can get them into one of these conversations.
That's great. So great. This was so great. And that my sister came is so interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
She was like, I have to tell you this tiny miracle
That
story.
was so funny. She's funny to me. She's older sister, 7 years older, and
My sisters are 7 years older.
yeah. So then, do they treat you like a child sometimes?
Thankfully not.
Good. Also, because you're a boy.